Saturday in Tryon, North Carolina, and it's a sad day. 900 Haitians dead as a result of Matthew. 10 U.S. deaths. $6 billion worth of damage. 2 million people without power. And yet, God kept the storm off the coast. God kept the storm from increasing in size and intensity. God kept the storm away from the coast of Haiti, so it was not a direct hit. And yet we still have this tremendous damage and loss of life. It's hard for me to understand how anybody could be rejoicing. Anybody could be laughing and joking, talking about hurricane parties, when such devastation has been done to so many. I hope that you'll pray for these that have been affected by this storm. You see, we've been studying Philippians. We're in chapter 1, beginning at verse 19. Paul says, I'm convinced of the confidence that I have in the power of both the Holy Spirit and your prayers for me, even in death. He says, for me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. And in verses 22 through 24, he says he's hard-pressed to decide whether it's better for him to depart, be with Christ in heaven, or whether to stay. But then he becomes convinced that the progress of the faith of the Philippians is worth every minute. Sometimes when we get into despair, and I'm sure many of the people in Haiti are in despair, I'm sure many in Florida are in despair, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, as they look at the damage to their property or as they consider the death of their loved ones. They just wonder if it wouldn't be better just to go on and be with Jesus in heaven than to stay around. And yet Paul was convinced that to live was Christ. And each of us as believers need to continue to take our stand. How proud I am to be a South Carolinian and to have a governor who is not afraid to ask the chaplain to pray on open television. Pray for her state. Pray for her people. How proud I am as a South Carolinian to see the people rally around those that are less fortunate, to make their donations of money, water, and food, to open their homes, and to pray for one another. I know the same thing is happening in Florida, and I'm proud to have been a resident of Florida because I know that they do the same thing. I hope that you'll think about this Philippians passage as you consider 900 dead, $6 billion worth of damage. As you consider what our cause is as Christians, to come alongside and to help one another, to pray for one another, and to realize although it might be better to be in heaven with Jesus, it's also better to be here and to be a representative of Jesus Christ here on earth. Don't forget to go to church tomorrow if you're possibly able because of the weather conditions, and to lift up your prayers of thanksgiving that we were spared from worse than what we received. But to also lift up your prayers of petition on behalf of all of those who were adversely affected by this terrible storm. And give thanks that you have another day of life, that you can show Christ in yourself and influence in our nation and in the world. That's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.